What are you thinking?
Pizza. I don't know what sauce good.
Sonic? That, Taco Bell. We've already had McDonald's a few times. Did chicken the other day, so.
Dude, that messed up my stomach. That chicken. Time on it?
Huh?
See it on it though?
Yeah, I'm game for that. Yeah. What's up, Steven, Henry, CJ, Metal? What's up, guys? So, yesterday I tried to start a test with the cameras because we learned something the day before. The day before was one of the videos ended while I was live, and I put it to charge, and so I was like, well, once I got it charged up, I put it to go back to live, and it allowed me to reconnect. So I've got a theory, and the only way to do it is to test it. So I'm going to kind of take it to the extreme by leaving the camera within the case, because we know what happens with that. Every time it does that, it overheats and shuts down the video. Well, with that being said, I finally got my other camera up and running, and now that it's set up, I want to test it. So I'm going to make the camera overheat, which will probably take about 45 minutes to an hour. And once it does, it shuts off. I'm going to click onto the other phone while we're still, you know, keeping the feed live by everybody staying on the video, commenting, and see if the other camera will go on. The reason why I want to do that is so that way when I'm out there fishing and, you know, we run into that deal where the camera overheats or the battery runs out, we can switch over to another camera and keep the fishing going, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can end up catching the full-length videos. Sometimes that's what happens to us, is like we're right in the middle of a fight and that's all you see because the cameras go dead or what have you, and I didn't realize we can reconnect. So that's kind of the deal today. I should have got my coffee before I started the video. I didn't. You know what? I wonder if there's some. Definitely could use some right now. However, what's up? Who else we got on there? Daniel, Steve Owens, Marcos. What's up, guys? Miguel and Michael. How y'all doing, guys? So, the other day, too, in the live video feed, I started making the setups for the 4-foot leaders, 4-foot shark casting leaders. However, I realized that I didn't have the mono sections that I needed to complete that leader. So I actually spent this morning cutting a bunch of mono. Here's one stack of them right there. That's another stack of them right there. And another stack. But these are actually 5-footers. So what I did was, since my redfish and my shark casting leaders, the section from the weight to the hook is the same length between the 4-footer mono and the bull red leaders. I had to cut twice as many because that was the other thing I noticed up on the wall the other day. My bull red leaders, I've probably only got about 30 or 40 on the wall, which is not a lot. One store, you know, orders 30 or 40 of them or 50 of them, then I actually have to make some just to be able to finish that order, and it's going to leave my walls empty. So I'm doing a preemptive strike by going ahead and getting it all set up for that. So what I'll be doing is making my shark cast out leaders for the 4-footers. Right here I've got my black, and I'm going to go ahead and start setting this up. And while we're doing this, Jeff actually went to go get lunch. That's one of the things, guys, okay, let me go get my coffee, guys. I don't want to keep yawning with you. Give me just a second. All right, back in business, guys. All right, who's on there? What happened here? All right, so Marcos, Oscar, Daniel, Freewalla. How you doing? Yeah, that's kind of the thing too. I'm prepping for that season because it is coming up pretty quick. Um, Man, this year's been flying by, and just keep trying to keep up with the amount of leaders that are going out is really crazy. So, the small black circle hooks on there range from 7/0 to 10/0, depending on which company I go with. That was one of the things too. I got to get with that company and let them know that I've gotten several hooks from them with the eyelet not fully closed. And because it's not fully closed, I'm not going to sit there and close it myself, because this coating that they have on there, I've tried it before. As soon as I do that, that coating cracks off and the hook is crap again. So, yep. And I love the t-shirts. Awesome, Drew. I'm glad you got it. Good deal. Yes, sir. So, we also got a heads up that the other guys that we shipped out the reels got them in good standing. However, that's pretty good. We tried a new flavor of creamer for it, and it was that cinnamon roll flavor or whatever. So that was pretty good. All right, so the deal with I shipped out the knives. Jacked Up Leatherworks did get them in, and when he got them in, somehow one of the knives, the handle, was chipped. So he found the piece inside the box and stuff like that. So what we're gonna have to do is file a claim with the post office, obviously, to reimburse us for that blade handle. However, the thing about that is I've got to get with Josh, and we haven't seen him a while on the channel, so I don't know what's up. But if you're out there, boss, and you watch this video, get with us, because we need to get a price on what the replacement handle will be for that knife. The good thing is it was on one of my knives. 3 of them were given to us, and 2 were going to our YouTube winners for the 20,000 subscriber mark giveaway. However, the one that got damaged was my knife. So, which is fine by me, guys, because I'd rather have my customers and winners get their product before I get my product. I'm fine with that. So, but what he's going to go ahead and do is still go ahead and make the sheaths for the knives to get them out to those winners, so that way we can get them pretty quickly and stuff, and go from there. What's up, Mr. FTW, Oscar, Henry? How you doing, guys? What was that? Did I read that? We got a cold front on Sunday? What? Already? Man, they're really trying to cut off our summertime fishing right here. All right, guys. So we did start the weekly drawing last week. Well, last Saturday I was obviously not in-house to be able to do the drawing, but it didn't really matter because we only had like 1 or 2 tickets sold. However, this week I started talking about it a lot more, so a lot more tickets sold. As of last night, where is it? Just had it because I was talking about it. But I've also been moving all kinds of stuff around because I am setting up all the monos for all the leaders that I got to get cut, weighed up, and everything today. Oh man, I'm gonna do what I did the last time. For all the other drawings, I had a special clipboard that I would put them in, and I'm gonna go and do that, even though it's 1 drawing or 2 drawings for that time period, but the one is the one that stays with us. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding it back into there, and that way I can easily find it, because this is the one we used to keep all the other ones in. And yep, so we got to get it back in there. Give me a second, let me find that. probably on that side because that's where I was doing a lot of the tickets. No, I did come to this side last night. Pretty sure we went over the $500 mark that we needed, so we were real close, one of the two. But yeah, I'm definitely going to put it in that folder from now on so that way I can easily find it. Because right now I just have it in a Ziploc bag, and I like the new way that I'm doing it, you know, marking the bag as I'm selling the tickets so I don't have to stop and recount. We can have an instant running tally on it. Here. I'm telling you, that's why I don't run a pet shop, guys, because it's like right here. But for some reason, I'm not seeing it. But cut all the cables. I came over here and I closed out the last of the Cash App ones that had come through. And this Drew was one of them. Don't ask, guys. Don't ask. Volleyball team, we are waiting for the next game to start. Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, good luck. Hopefully they tear it up. All right, guys, so we are at $540 for the weekly drawing on this one right here. Yes, you can still get into it. We're still going to do that. The way this is going to work, and this is going to be obviously later on this afternoon, about 5 o'clock. Actually, you know what? At 4 o'clock, I'm going to go live. And I'm going to sell tickets all the way to about 6, because right at 6 is the 2-hour mark that I know one of the cameras will, it gives us about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes, something like that, of live video footage before it overheats and then it cuts off the video feed. Now, obviously right now I am timing it or setting up this test with the camera, leaving it in the case so it will overheat on purpose. So that way, as it dies out, I'll turn on my other camera, which is at 100%. Oh, no, it's at 60. I better start charging this to make sure it's at 100. Well, it really doesn't matter. But the point is, whether it's at 50, 60, 100%, if I can be able to connect back into the live video feed from one phone to the next. That's the test here, guys. So, with that being said, like I said, I'm going to charge it up just so it's at 100%, just because I like my phones to be at 100%. That's what the plan is for today. So while I'm doing that, though, I am making my leaders for my 4-foot shark casting leaders. And then after that, I'm going to be setting up for the bull red leaders. The reason why I also had to put a hold on the 3-way redfish rigs here with the 100-pound test is because I ran out of 1.0 double mini sleeves of the shorts. The shorts are what I use for the mono section. The long ones that I have, I use on the cable section. So I built as many as I can, but obviously I'm rigged up to do several hundred more leaders. I think I can do about 800 more because of the 3-way swivels I currently have in stock to make those leaders. So it'll allow me to fill up the wall the way I needed to fill it up, but I need the sleeves. Now, I did get in touch with my distribution company, and they are on the way. I've got 20,000 1.0 double mini sleeves on the way. Yes, 20,000 1.0s. So that has been the thing too that I've been talking to a lot of my customers. They were saying that finding 1.0 double mini sleeves has been really hard. They can either only find like the 25 pack or the 50 pack. Sometimes there's a smaller pack than that, like a 10 pack or something like that. But me, I like to buy thousands at a time, you know. And so with that, it's what we're doing. Yep. Bluegrass in the house. What's up, guys? Yes, sir. Yeah, you're gonna have to, boss. Like I said, if you're getting off at 5, you still have a whole hour to get here. Because right at 6 o'clock, I'm cutting it off so that way I can start doing the setting up and getting all the tickets ready for us to do that. This is being a pain in the butt. Sometimes these sleeves have a little catch or something, and maybe I need to change the scissors. Where my cutters at? Over there. Well, yeah, you can that, or you can send it through right here through the YouTube channel. You don't have to be here in person, you know. Just FYI. Make sure I don't have any of the hook sections. Yes, I do have some up here already, which is good. Yes, October is coming up fast, and man, you know, it's kind of worrying me about them saying that first cold front that is already planning to come in. Allergies are kicking butt already, and that's because I already took an allergy pill to circumvent that, but I guess it hasn't kicked in yet, so. Toby, what's up, boss? How you doing? We are sitting here building leaders, more of the 4-foot shark casting leaders. Yeah, got a lot of happy customers because our rods have been rolling in. So we are supposed to have some more roll in today, which is exciting, guys. It's really, you know, taking a load off my shoulders, you know, that I've been carrying for a while, because yes, it's not my rod that I've been waiting for, but you know, everything that I do bring in house, you know, I care about. I really do care about the time in which it takes for us to produce a rod, get it to our customer and stuff like that, and we are really putting some things together for them. I've also too, you know, if I find a way to upgrade their gear, I've been doing that just because I want to show my appreciation. So, pretty good. Right now I'm attaching my 2-foot mono section to my 2-foot cable section for the shark drop right there. And this is 250-pound coated cable right there. I'm making 4-foot shark casting leaders with it. And Jeff actually took off to go get some lunch. He said the other day that boat net was closed, so we're gonna see if they're open again today, or open today, not open again, because they weren't the other day. And we're gonna see what's going on that. I never did get a report from the Port A jetties yesterday. My buddies that were supposed to have gone out there to call us, let us know how was it. Obviously, we wanted them to let us know if it, you know, if it definitely was worth the trip, because you always hear that, guys. You know, oh, you should have been here yesterday, man. The fish were all over the place. Well, with the amount of time that me and Jeff have in the shop, as well as the amount of gear we got going out, we were willing to try and take a day off to go fishing. But obviously, I wanted to make it count, because I wanted to take the underwater cameras and put them out there to show that the fish are there, kind of deal. And or if they are there but they're not biting, there's another part of that underwater series that I still want to put out there, because we've got a lot of footage showing where big schools have swam by my bait, a live bait at that, and they completely ignored it. You know, so why did they ignore it is one thing. Maybe that wasn't the fish they were looking for, or they just weren't in their feeding mode. I mean, yeah, it's like us, you know, when you're hungry, and when you're not, you're just not. So it does also give us the ability to know and see that, you know, the fish are there, but they're just not biting, because we know we can see them, kind of deal. And or maybe when they do start hitting, what made them start to hit? You know, that's kind of the deal. Like, I know I've seen on Bob Hall Pier when we have huge schools of red drum, black drum, and speckled trouts swimming through, and they'll swim through baits for hours, and then all of a sudden every single rod takes off. Like, what makes them do that? It's been the same school, like we followed that same school, same fish for hours, and then all of a sudden they take off. Is it like us, that they finally get hungry, or did something happen? You know, obviously we're up on the pier, and you can't really see underwater clearly, but you can see that, okay, one fish is taking it now, all the rods go off. So I don't know, guys, I'm just curious like that. I want to see, obviously, because if we can make it replicate that action, then maybe we can get them to start biting faster instead of waiting until they're ready. That's some pretty good coffee right there. That is really good. I think that one's almost better than the French vanilla flavor that I mixed with it. That they do. Yes, they do. You know, and that's where basket weaving 101 comes into play, guys, because you got to be moving to move right and left and go under and over other people's lines. You know, it's a teamwork. It's a team effort. It really is. It doesn't matter, you know, who you're fishing with. You should be able to move right or left, and sometimes you got to go through people's camps to get to that fish, you know, so that way you don't tangle up all their gear, you know. So you got to be real understanding of what's going on and stuff like that. It's not always, oh, well, he can't control the fish. And well, yeah, you're right. He can't control the fish. You know, if he does that, well, obviously the fish will run over your line. And if he's controlling the fish and he pulls it back toward him, he can pull somebody else's line into another line, and really create chaos. And so that's not really the way you want to do it. So same to you, Oscar. Y'all have a blessed one. And like I said, we will be going live later this afternoon again for the weekly drawing. Right now it's at 500 and put it away, 560. $540 is the current value of the in-store credit giveaway that we got going on later today. You do not have to be present. You do not have to be live on the channel, but you got to be in the drawing to win, obviously. You know, so just a heads up on that. It looks like there's a nice little breeze out there. Probably some 1 to 2s. Probably a great day for fishing. I always love a great day that has some kind of wind action over a day that's super calm. Super calm days are the hottest days, and they're just, man, it's just humid, hot, and no fish action really does make it a pain in the butt. talking to that, has anybody ever heard of those chaos rods? I used to have several of them in my collection. They were probably one of my favorite rods because we're able to fight big fish, get great action out of them and stuff like that. And they were roller guided, and they looked pretty cool. They were black and gold colors, the ones I had. I've seen some other ones that were red and gold or something like that. So I was wondering if anybody has had an opportunity to try fishing with those rods. Where we at on time? About half an hour ago, we got 13 of y'all watching, 14 thumbs up, which is good. I'll take that. And I gotta make like 6 different colors of the 4-foot shark casting leaders. I'm trying to make, well, I will make, not trying to make. I will finish all these leader sections off, but what I'm going to do is color by color, so that way once I separate, because right now all the colors are all mixed up except for the black. The black was the first one that I actually did this morning, that I had a chance to separate it. Excuse me, guys. Alright, get that out of there. Yeah, no, they're actually a pretty good rod. The price was pretty decent on them and stuff like that. But this was years and years ago that I had fished with them. I haven't looked into them or anything recently. I just, with Toby's remark about the chaos that school of reds or school of any fish, when they come through and they hook up on everything, kind of chaos it can bring, which is, yeah, it really can be a lot of fun and a lot of craziness going on. You know, everybody kind of bargain orders of, you know, which way to go with, you know, trying to hurry up and land the fish and get them all in quickly. That's going to be the other thing too this week. That's why I'm trying to knock out as many of these leaders as possible, because this week I'm going to finish off a 4-foot shark landing net, and also try to get a couple of the sail line systems up and running. We've been getting a lot of calls for that. The only thing is, like I said, since we've been so short-handed, we haven't had anybody that can make the leaders for the shop to make sure that we don't go empty shells while I'm sitting there making that. So we did hire a couple of new guys. They spent a few days cleaning and organizing the shop, and next week we will try and get them to build leaders and stuff like that, and we'll see how that goes. I think it'll be something that'll be right up their alley. We will see. It'll be good, because if we can get people like the way we were set up last year with a crew of people just strictly building leaders, we always had a ton of leaders up on the wall because that was their specific job. So that's all I did all day long, was build leaders. All different kind of leaders. It wasn't just one style, kind of like the way you see me. I bounced from one leader to the next leader to the next leader. And with them, they were building, you know, say 500 leaders at a time of one style before they would jump to the next one. And that gave us a big advantage over, or not over, but at keeping our walls fully stocked up even through the large orders that would come through. So actually, I have some Lima glass. They're old school, but the thing is, they don't have any weight classes on them. They're old school customs that have already been built, and Yeah, they range from like say 6 foot all the way up to probably 12 foot. Well, I am the only one here right now, so let's see what this is. Hard lights, bait, and tackle. Live shrimp we don't have, boss. No live bait right now, and actually we don't carry live bait because we're too far away from the water, and out of respect for our customers, we choose not to carry it, so that way they don't pay for a very expensive dead bait by the time they get where they're going. All right, where are you gonna go fishing at, boss? Oh, at Indian Point. Have you ever tried using fish bites combined with dead shrimp? Yes, we got fresh dead, and they're very decent size, and also fish bites as well in house. And I'm assuming you found us through Google search, right? Check out my YouTube channel. It's called Team Hard Life. We actually teach a bunch of knowledge and tactics on fishing, so that way if you don't find live bait, there's other ways to go out there and still have a great day of fishing and still catch good amounts of fish. Team Hard Life. Yes, sir. Yep. All right. Yes, sir. You have a good one. Bye-bye. Yep. A lot of people, they always hear live bait, live bait, live bait, but they really don't get schooled on that there's more ways to catch fish than just using live bait, you know? So that's one of the beautiful things about the shop is, you know, we're in tune with that as well. I mean, obviously we, if we can, we will use live bait, but a lot of times too, I prefer using dead bait because I don't have to worry about a backlash, you know, making that bait fall off the hook or something like that. And then also too, yes, promote the channel. You know, a lot of these guys don't know because all they do is a Google search of tackle shops, and maybe they just put it in tackle shop live bait and ours comes up, and you know, so we got to give them other ways to go out there and have a good time fishing, especially if they are fishing with kids. And because with kids, they like to cast out, and sometimes they're not very good at it because they're still learning, and they backlash and that live bait goes flying off, and you know, several times a trip it gets expensive. But if we can teach them other ways to rig up the hooks so that way they can cast out and not have to worry about keeping or having to rebait every couple of seconds, they can actually truly go out there and enjoy themselves at fishing. So that's the whole end game for us, guys. It's improving everybody's fishing day or trip. So yeah. All right, Bluegrass, you be safe on the road. Drew, what size, length, and weight class are you looking for that Lima glass? Camilo, how you doing, boss? To 12 foot. Well, I got one that's definitely 10, and we probably got a 12 footer in house too. I don't know the weight class on those rods. Like I said, they are custom built. They got the cork handles above and below. One's a metal reel seat, and then the other one's like a metal with some hard plastic composite. I'll walk the camera over there here in a bit and show you them. But that's the bad thing, guys, is once you start trying to ship a rod that long, the price of it goes insane. I know a few months ago, I shipped a 10-foot rod to the East Coast, and it was $340 to ship a 10-foot rod. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's true. You know, it is very expensive. But what a lot of people don't realize too is that when you're driving with bait in a bucket. Every time you stop, you go, you stop, you go, right turn, left turn. All you're doing is just putting them in a washing machine. And that's how a lot of times fish will die or shrimp will die, because people don't realize their driving has a lot to do with it. You know, they think that just because they're in the water they're okay. It's a lot more than that, guys. Them being washed in basically in that bait bucket will cause a lot of them to die. So when you're driving with live bait, you really got to watch the way you drive. You know, slow and steady is good. No quick stops, no quick takeoffs. You know, no fast turns. No, you got to be like you're driving with glass in the back. Is the way you got to drive with live bait. A lot of people don't really realize that, but have you ever seen that when a bait truck, you'll usually say it says fish on there and stuff like that, they're traveling and they're barely traveling at the speed limit and or going real slow, is the reason being because they are trying to keep the bait from getting stressed out. Because once they get stressed out, they normally die and or will live until wherever they're going, but then end up dying a few hours later once they've calmed down. And that was one of the biggest things that I did learn, and actually that was from Sharon of the Bait Bucket. It's one of the tackle shops that I deal with, that I share knowledge with, and she also shares with us too. And that's she's one of the main ones that actually has a degree in, you know, I forgot how she explained it, but man, she was explaining the pH balances of the water, of what you got to do, why they maintain it, why they have some of the best bait that's out there. Don't get me wrong, these other tackle shops have a lot of knowledge. Bait Bucket, Causeway, Clems, Billings, Tackle Town, Port A Outfitters, Deep Sea Headquarters. A lot of these guys, I mean, they've been at it a real long time. But she was actually the first shop to tell me about all these different scenarios of it too. And then also, you know, how to, you know, she could sit there and look at the bait, you know, at how they were acting. And she would even determine whether she would sell that bait to her customers or not on the way they were acting. If they didn't, like croaker, that was one of the ones where exactly what she told me is what I'm going to tell you, because I didn't know this about croaker. When they're all schooled up and moving as a school, they are calm, they're okay, you can get them out and put them in your bait bucket and they will live a lot longer. But if you notice that croaker are all spread out, they don't know what to do, they don't know which way to go and this and that, they're disorientated and they end up dying faster. They haven't calmed down. And if you put them in from their bait bucket to your bait bucket and then take off driving again, they're going to die. They're not going to make that fishing trip. And so she was telling me that. I was like, wow, I did not know that about croaker. Now, mind you, this was probably 5 to 10 years ago when she told me this, but now a lot of that is coming to fruition with, you know, people calling our shop looking for live bait. Well, because they're looking for it, I mean, man, don't get me wrong. If I could carry live bait here, I would, just because the amount of money that I am missing out on having to send business elsewhere. But at the same time, you know, I don't like setting up my customers for failure. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I don't carry it, because I don't want them, oh man, the bait's dead, and you know, yes, it's going to come back to bite me in the butt, because, oh man, every time I buy bait from that tackle shop, it dies. You know what I mean? It's that kind of deal. So for me, I do really pay attention to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, because I want my customers to be happy in the long run after dealing with us and or buying bait of any type. Leaders, you know, everything has its place with us, and we definitely want to ensure that we do the best we can to keep them in or on top of their game. A lot of times they may not know what we're doing, but we are doing a lot of behind the scenes and making sure that everything is good to go. So right now I'm separating my colors. Obviously I've got more colors than I got fingers here to split them up. So what I'm doing is on the colors that I am mixing is because when I go to separate those two colors, I can easily separate them. But if I do like that smoke blue with that clear, it's gonna be real hard to see them, you know, and separate them quickly like I'm able to do right now. So I'm setting up the colors that way, so when I do it, it will be real easy for me. So that was the other thing too. I noticed this morning I was cutting so much mono, the tips of my fingers were going numb, so I had to sit there for a few minutes to let them get blood circulation back in them, because I was standing up doing all of this when I was doing it this morning, and I cut a lot of mono, a lot of mono. So, but that's the other thing too. I got a lot of mono coming in assorted colors and a couple of assorted sizes as well, which is good. We definitely are running low. We've probably got less than, you know, several hundred feet in certain colors, and some less than several thousand feet. I like to carry anywhere from, you know, 5,000 to 10,000 feet of each color at any given time, because there are times when some shop will order several hundred liters, and I need to be able to have the inventory to supply their demand. So, and actually, sand flea is an East Coast thing that we learned about from Florida fishermen. But Fish Bites actually sells a sand flea flavor. And what's crazy is down here in Texas, I've actually caught sharks on them. Me and my son have, my teammates have. We've got plenty of pictures catching, you know, small sharks with them, 3 to 4 footers. Obviously, we're going for like pompano reds and drum and trout and stuff like that on our double drop drum leaders or my redfish rigs, and we'll catch pup sharks with Fish Bites. Sand flea is a pretty good flavor, but we've caught them on all of them. But that is a good flavor that works out here. Now, the only bad thing about the sand flea flavor with Fish Bites is that it's $1 more. It's more expensive for that one specific flavor. I don't know why. I haven't had a chance to ask them. Actually, I don't even talk to the company because they refuse to sell to me direct, even though I was setting up to be a distributor down here in Corpus when Delmar Distributing had shut down. They were staying true to the people that had already been with them from the start, which, you know, I can understand that and stuff, and it's fine. I've been working with a distributor that has been taking real good care of us and helping us out get it at a decent price to where we keep our prices decent for our customers as well. So, yeah. And as you can tell, like I said, I've got 2, 4, I got 6 colors I got to sort through, and we'll be getting those set up. Oh, also too, I did get a call from the distributor for Fish Bites, or not Fish Bites, Fish Gum. They actually contacted me, and I told them about, you know, the situation that I had with the original owner of him doing that, and he goes, well, he didn't know anything about it or whatever. And I said, well, you know, please remind him, you know, that we would love to continue the testing of his product and sell it here. But originally, when we were asking for the amount of numbers that we were asking for to be able to get it in the shop, you know, he wasn't able to supply us with the demand. And the new guy that they said supposedly has the ability to make sure that they do have enough product on hand to be able to supply our demand when the sales do take off. However, this was a few years ago when we were actually testing out the Fish Gum. So I want to see, has it improved? What has changed about it and all of that? Because obviously, if you haven't dealt with the product in a few years, you don't know what has gone on. Have they maintained it? Have they improved it? Have they changed anything about it? I mean, there's so many things that can happen in a few years, especially after going through what we've gone through with the COVID series. You know, that year, just everything changed. The whole world dynamic of the way it's working, it has changed. Now ordering stuff is not, oh, okay, I know I can expect it the next day and stuff like that. Even when we ship overnight. For a while there, they were telling us that it's not guaranteed. Now they're telling us, hey, it's guaranteed. So actually, like with several of my customers that I overnighted stuff, hey, tell me if it's not there by the specific time that they tell us. And so with that being said, we stay in contact with those customers, and obviously because we have sold them stuff. Sorry, I'm pulling, I can feel my daughters use the same brush that I use to brush my hair. And when I go like this, I can feel one of their strands of hair, so I pull it out because it's stuck in there. But yes, they got some more fleas. Example for fishing. How you doing, boss? What's up, man? How you been?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Worky.
Oh, yeah.
Got some fleas. Where's the bags of water? Like that, right on top. All right. Camilo, I just read your comment about that. Wow, I missed that. I was buying dead shrimp one time, and I was asked if I caught fish on it. I answered, I've never had a fish complain about the shrimp being dead. True that, you know. That was a good one. I like that. That was sweet. Yeah, you know, and a lot of people too will think about the you know, setting up their color patterns of the rod, reel, line, and this and that, and you know, with me, I'm not real that particular on it. Now, if I can, I do, but I'm not like, oh, I'm not gonna fish that combo because it doesn't match. The fish don't care, boys. They do not care what your rod and reel combo look like. They care what the bait looks like, and or smells like, and or feels like. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. No, I'm waiting for my order of sand flea to come in. I still order it, but I have to charge that $1 more. It's because they charge us $1 more. You know what I mean? So definitely worth it to me. I remember one time they were saying they were going to make some shark bait bites like that for shark fishing, which means they were bigger slabs of it and stuff. And I looked, never found anything, but they are there. What's up, Craig? You ready to go, boss?
Yeah, whenever you are.
All right, give me just a second. You getting ready to head out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna try over there by the Francis Pass, and then I wanted to try that Indian point.
Okay. You know about the weekly drawing we got going on today, right? We're at $540 for in-store credit. It's $20 a ticket.
$20 a ticket?
Yeah, that drawing will be held today live. I'm going from 4 to 6, but at 6 is the cutoff. And so however many tickets I sell till then, that's what the drawing will be for it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get two.
Two? All right. All I need is your name and phone number. And there should be a flower pin up there. Got it? Beautiful.
Put it on both.
Yes. That would work. I was cutting mono earlier today, so one of the pieces for here. Yeah, I got that. No, I was talking about the tickets. I hadn't had the tickets in. All right, you're at 94.89, boss.
On the tail light braid,
There you go.
what size you have? Like poundage? You
I
have
got
100 contest?
Huh?
Yeah, 100 contest?
Yeah, I got 65, 80, and 100 pound. I'll go right now. What type of you'll sign that for me right there, please. So now we're up to $580 for the giveaway today. And also too, you don't like you know, you don't have to be present, you don't have to be live on the channel, but it's cool to hear your name.
You'll call, right? They visited?
Oh yeah, we'll call.
Oh.
I mean, you're gonna be out fishing, so.
Yeah. Friday, buddy.
All right, boss.
All right,
Well,
take
good
it
luck
easy.
out there.
Yeah,
Yes,
take it
sir.
easy.
All right, guys. So y'all heard it. We're up to $580 for the in-store credit for the weekly drawing. This is nice. Add on the 2 marks. 2. Ooh, almost to $600. And on those leaders, what are they targeting them? And are you sure they're beads and not the floats too? That's another thing. I know they have. They like to make their pompano leaders with mixed colored floats. You know, one will be orange, one will be red, one will be green, one will be yellow. One, you know, they do the mixed things like that. I normally make mine here. The only time I mix colors like that is if the float already comes with the mixed colors. But I normally keep the floats the same color on there. We've been trying to see if anybody does notice anything like that where one color outperforms another one, but our water is a lot murkier than that of Florida, so we may have a lot more of a leeway window on the different colors that are available. They weren't open?
Oh, they're open. They were only taking cash. So I went to the ATM. It wouldn't accept my card. I go to another ATM, wouldn't accept my card. So I went to another ATM and accepted it. I don't know what the hell.
I don't know. But the reason why I say those closed is because he walks in and he's carrying like to-go plates. I've never seen boatnet use to-go plates. They always have the boxes. That's weird. Okay. Green crabs. Okay. What are green crabs? I might have to Google that one because I've never heard of green crabs. I mean, obviously there's a whole bunch. Yes, they have a bit of good times too. See, there's so many ways to fish for fish. There's not always one fix all for fish. You know, there's so many things that can change. Also too, was it overclassed? Were they in blue water? Were they in green water when they were fishing? Thanks, sir. Ooh, we got lunch. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I can already smell it. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Let me move some stuff around here. Let's see what we got. Boatnet shrimp. That's 18 shrimp by Boatnet. I do have to admit their shrimp are getting a lot smaller than what they used to be. 18 shrimp would normally take up the whole platter. And then too, I noticed the price has gone up. But, you know, like I said, you know, ever since the coronavirus hit and gone, you know, a lot of things have changed. It's not the way it used to be. But I do need to go get my ketchup from the back because I like my tartar sauce with ketchup. And yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on. Did they seem a little smaller to you? Yes. I eat tartar sauce with ketchup. That's the way I like it. And the Boatnet tartar sauce is probably one of my favorite tartar sauces out there. Nice and chunky, really good. I like it. You know. Oh man. Drew spotted green crab. Spotted green crabs. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because. Phone's about to die, so. Wow, I've never seen those. Okay. So is it an invasive species? Because they're showing two here, the European green crab and then the Washington sea grant. If I'm reading that right. Oh, there's quite a few different spotted crabs in there. That one almost looks like a black widow right there. Look at that. Spotted reef crab. Man, they get pretty big. That's cool. Well, cool deal. So, I've never caught a pompano while using crab down here, but also too, it's very rare that I use crab while fishing the beach. So maybe that might be something to try out. Put a hook in the float. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. We almost did that with the legend popping corks down here because we kept hearing stories of guys that were out there fishing and they were fighting a fish, and then comes into the boat and the fish finally opens his mouth and spits out the popping cork. How much did they sell the green crab for? I heard something the other day where they were in Florida. They were selling croaker, $20 a dozen or something like that. I was like, wow, that's pretty expensive. Look at that itty bitty shrimp now. Don't get me wrong, they're good flavor and all of that, but I'm gonna have to talk to him to see what the price was on it. Yeah, I was fishing under the Packery channel one time at night, and you can hear the croaker, you know, just croaking along right there. I threw a net. I probably caught 4,000 or 5,000 croaker, and I mean, I could barely, had to drag it up on the bank. I couldn't even get it to lift up, and I only needed a few, so I opened up the cast net right there by the water's edge, so most of them could swim back, and then whatever got kind of trapped at the top, that's when I, you know, pulled whatever I wanted out of it and stuff like that. But man, they were so thick at that time, you know. Now granted, I've only seen or heard it about 2 or 3 times, and I should have wrote down the time of the season when they did that, so then I would know where to go catch my croaker, you know. Normally, I'm like Toby, I just catch them, and as I catch them, that's when I use them for bait. Here's one of the things I was about to ask too. I know when the gas prices went up and went through the roof, I knew everything was going to go up because of that. However, now that the gas prices are finally dropping, I finally saw a store yesterday was at $2.85 a gallon. I ain't seen $2.85 in years. It's been a long time. So, have y'all seen y'all's gas prices around y'all's area starting to drop dramatically as well? What's up, John? How you doing, boss? There we go. Getting ready to go do some fishing? Dang it. How high did they get up to over there where you're at? I did notice too that when I went up to Sam Rayburn, the surrounding towns all the way up, getting up there, I saw the prices dropping. But once I got into like, I think it's Vidor, Texas, it went up like 50 cents per gallon. So I don't know, maybe because it's a smaller town or whatever it may be, but yeah, I went from 305 to 355. Another spot was 385. Yeah, it was. Wow. Yeah. 289 in Katy. Nice. It is a very pretty area. It looks like there's so much fishing areas too, and there's a lot of boating as well. And I do have to admit, there was a lot of friendly people out there, especially when we're coming in out, from being pushed off the lake because of the storm and stuff like that. Everybody kind of talked with everybody, and that was my first time in that area, and they're like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? And, just carried on a conversation like we knew each other for years. It was crazy, so. Yvonne, on that pompano leader, do you remember who it was made by? Because we actually sell some pompano leaders with Port A outfitters, and they should be right up in that same price. But I know there's other rigs that are in that same area and with that same price. And actually, if you're on Facebook, go to Team Hard Life on there, or Hard Life Bait and Tackle. Just let me know which one you went to, and shoot us a picture if you still have that leader. We'd like to see it. If it's one of ours, we'll take care of it. If it's somebody else's, then we'll definitely show you what ours look like, so you know to go with ours. Because we've actually landed, they've landed some oversized redfish, they've landed oversized black drum with our leaders, and granted, they are made for, pompano fishing, slot reds and stuff like that, but if you work the drag good enough, you will land some monster sized fish. So. And actually, I'm gonna go and grab a couple of mine so I can show you, because we have two different types of pompano rigs. One is with soft float, and then we got hard float pompano leaders. No, you can still get more ticket. The weekly drawing is at $580. It will cut off today at 6 o'clock. Just give y'all a quick rundown of what's going on if you're just tuning in. What I'm doing is I left this camera inside the case so it can overheat and cut out on the video. The reason being, because yesterday the battery died on the camera. It completely died. I charged it, turned the phone back on, got back to going live, and I was actually able to reconnect to the live video feed. So I've got a theory, but I gotta test it. The only way to test it is to recreate the problem. So I'm waiting for this camera to overheat, turn off, go to my other phone that I have, reconnect to the YouTube, and see if it'll allow me to connect back into the live video feed. Because if it does, then that means I can literally do a continuously long video by switching between phones. As one cools off and charges, I'll be using the other camera. So this is going to be, I'd rather test it now that I'm out here in kind of a controlled environment before I actually go fishing. And now I can actually take y'all fishing with me. As you may have that little dead spot of a few minutes when it cuts off, but it'll allow us to continuously get longer videos while we're out there live. So that's why I'm doing this test in the shop while I'm eating and doing this. But this is one of our soft pompano floats right there. And you'll know it's the soft ones because you can actually squeeze the float. That was one color in the soft. There's another color right there. We also got them in green, yellow, blue, purple, and well, there's the pink right there. Then we also have our pompano leaders. They didn't bag this one correctly. I got to fix that. With the small floats, these are hard floats. There's a multicolor float right there. And then we got some larger floats right there. We even got these floats in glow-in-the-dark colors as well. We got like 4 or 5 different colors for it. Hold on just a second. What's up, boss? I know. Yep. That's fine as long you're the rod builder, bro. You know better than I do. Yeah, no. A spinning rod and a bait casting obviously always have different amounts. That I already knew. So yeah, no. As soon as you can get them over here to us, I'm live right now, but I'm gonna go live again today at 4 from 4 to about 6:30. So. Okay, and y'all are still bringing the marbled rod to me, right? All right. Yeah, we're all foaming at the mouth for that one because I kind of let it out of the bag that, you know, I saw a picture of it, but I know the picture ain't going to do no justice for it. Yep. All right. All right, okay. All right, so, all right, Devon. Well, look for the ones that say Hard Lives Bait and Tackle when you go over there, because those are our leaders right there. Like I said, all of them will say that, and they even show our YouTube channel on there. It doesn't matter which Pompano rig it is, it will say that on there. Let me fix this one. What happened there? One of my new workers didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so, all right. Fix this. That didn't look, something looked off right there. Yeah, our hooks, we have landed some monster fish on them. Also too, we love to use the double mini sleeves, and the reason for it is because they get a better crimp on the mono without weakening the test line of the mono too much. So obviously anytime you crimp anything, it does weaken the line, but if it's done correctly, it still keeps a lot of the line integrity there. All right, so John is in for 3 tickets. Let me go and sort through that real quick. And that should take us up to $640 is now the pot for the weekly drawing, guys. $640. Like I said, today it's cutting off. The last time will be at 6 p.m. is the latest you can buy tickets, and we will go from there. All right, John, those are your 3 numbers right there. Got it. Today we'll be here till at least 7. Tomorrow we are closed. Sunday we devote to family and to the man above, and so we are closed on Sundays, but we are here till 7 o'clock at least today. So I will be live, like I said, to at least 6:30 for this giveaway that we got going on. But right now I'm just doing my little testing to see about reconnecting. I mean, I'm kind of excited. I was really amazed. I'd never been able to do that, or never attempted to do that, I guess. But now I know. Now I got another test to run. Yvonne, have you been out at the Port 8 jetties? I heard that there was a ton of reds the other day getting caught out there and stuff like that. So, and also too, when that hook fell off, was it during a fight or did it come off when you were putting on bait? Like, I'd like to know, just because, you know, that's the way I am. Later, John. Have a good weekend, boss. Wow. Okay. Well, now you know. I'm actually eating boat net today, guys. 18-piece shrimp. What were you using for bait? The shrimp have gotten really little from boat net. Don't get me wrong, the flavor is still excellent. The texture and everything is good. Just they're getting too small. Yeah, we need to tell her to eat oh man, Popeye's spinach. Ouch. Oh, that hurts. Those are the ones that are going to haunt you. When you're hooked up to something and it just gets away. Oh, man. When you least see it, then it's all right. It still haunts you, but it's not as bad as the one fight that you're fighting and fighting and fighting, and then it's gone. It's just like, ah. I was counting the shrimp tails to make sure I got my 18. I always do that. No matter where I go, when I order shrimp and I pay good money for it, I always count up to make sure I get the right amount of shrimp for it. That was good. That was good. But definitely I'm going to be hungry later. So, ooh, on live shrimp, man, that could have been anything. Ah. Shrimp's one of them baits that it catches everything. Kind of the same deal with like fish bites. It's a great bait. You know, we've caught everything on it. You know, from we've hooked catfish, gaff top, flounder, sheephead, stingray, skipjack, whiting, pompano, redfish, shark, cobia, tarpon, jack crevalles. I mean, we've caught it all with that kind of bait. You know, shrimp's one of them all around type of baits too. So yeah, oh man. Well, we Just gonna have to get back out there and go after that fish again. So did it break off the leader, or did it just get off the hook? What's up, Chris? How you doing? Fish bites do stay a lot longer, a lot longer. I don't know if y'all got to see the underwater footage of when I had hundreds of perch attacking that fish bite, and it took them about 15 minutes to finally eat it all up and stuff like that. And yes, there is a drawing today, Chris. We're at 600. We're at $620 for the today's raffle. It will cut off at 6 p.m. today, guys. I'm gonna go live at 4. Still give it 2 hours, and then at 6 o'clock we're cutting it off, spread out the tickets, and we're gonna choose a winner. So, yep, we're at $640. Woohoo! Yes. Man, this may be one of our bigger ones right there. John, have you tried using the bait elastic on your shrimp when you put it with the fish bites? Because even for me, doing the same thing, when I buy shrimp, I used to buy like 2 or 3 pounds just for one fishing trip. And I go there, I'll take half a pound. They're looking at me like, half a pound? And I'm like, yeah, that's all I need. It's like, and normally too, it kind of puts, I know if I'm going to be limited on the amount of time I'm going to be out there, it kind of helps me know that I got to leave and stuff like that. So, there you go. Oh, dang. Was it a store-bought leader, or was it a leader you made? I heard a few guys do good at Roberts Point, but it's very rare that it's like a awesome, like, oh, we tore it up on this, and this. Most of the time, even when I've gone there, it's stingray, gaff top, catfish, whiting, sand trout. It's pretty much what I've caught there. I've never been able to pinpoint when to hit that spot to go out there and slay like all the reds and drum and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Was it a redfish leader, shark leader? Chris, I'll get your ticket on as soon as I get this these leaders crimped. What I'm doing is I'm putting on the swivel on one end, and I'm going to go and crimp through all of them, so that way once I come through here and add the rest of the leader on, I only have to crimp that one end and then hang it back up instead of looking for this opposite end to crimp that. All right. Thank you, Chris, for doing that. Yeah, we've actually seen a few other subs have that problem too, where it does the 99-cent deal instead of the full even 20 or whatever. So, yeah, it's starting to become more common. I wonder why. Don't know. But with that purchase, that takes us up to $660. Okay, $640 now. No, $680. Sorry, $680 with those 2 tickets that Chris has just purchased. Dang, we're almost to $700 on this one. Ooh-wee. That's definitely gonna be a real width line. Yep. There you go. There you go. Wondering if I can get all of these leaders built by the time the camera dies, but we're already at, let's see, how long have we been on? Does it tell you all the time? Because earlier when I saw it said 28 minutes, and it still says 28 minutes over here. Let's see. There you go. Yes, you can. That'll be more than enough to get that, you know, get the rod. 1 hour, 1 hour. Good deal, good deal. All right, let me get Chris's 2 tickets in there. Reset the number. All right, Chris, those are your 2 numbers right there, boss. You got it? All right, so with this, takes us up to $680. $680. There we are, guys. $680. Woohoo! This is gonna be a big pot. Woo-wee! Definitely be a game changer for anybody who takes it right there. Yeah, and so we're supposed to have the marbled rod out here pretty soon. So either be in this live video or in the later live video, but I am excited for that one because it'll be our first team hard life rod that has glow-in-the-dark colors. So you know we're gonna put that to the test. As soon as it comes in, it already have been out in the sun, but we'll make sure it gets some sun before we take it into a dark room and show y'all what it looks like. That's gonna be awesome. But again, too, guys, the marbling jobs, and even the regular ones, we're having to reduce it down to two colors. If you want to put a third, it'll be a $10 additional charge for regular wraps. For the marbling jobs, though, those will, I think they were talking about it's a $30 more per rod with 2 colors, but if you go with 3, then it's an additional $15. So that includes glow-in-the-dark colors and stuff like that as well. We're hoping prices start to calm down, especially since the gas prices are calming down. Maybe this will mean that everything else will stop going up. There you go. Yep. That'll be good. Yep. I'm excited because we're a few more weeks away from our fishing trip to go for shark fishing, and we're looking for big 2-feeds. We're gonna be looking for some big 2-feeds. I got a couple of Jack Crevalles that I've been holding on to. We reloaded up on Count-O Stingray. And everybody's trying to get my jacks off of me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like, I need those for this fishing trip. So I'm still waiting on word if we're gonna get those other Jack Crevalles from that other captain. And if we do, we'll have a load of Jack Crevalles ready for Sharkathon, which will be great. I don't know how much we're gonna have to charge on them yet. I will find out, and we might be able to do a prepay and hold for Sharkathon only. Again, too, like we did the last time it held, you must pick up your baits by the time we close on Saturday, because we will not be open on Sunday. So. I got the channel up on the computer because the lettering and stuff is bigger, so I can read it without having to be all close up on it and stuff like that. Definitely a good thing. Man, shoot, $680, guys. All right, I want to see what everybody's plans are. I already see Chris's, what he would like to do if he wins. If you are in the drawing and you win, what are your plans for this $680? 89, what's up, boss? We are still doing our weekly drawing. Right now it's up to $680 for the win. We will be going live today at 4 o'clock. The drawing will end at 6, and that's when we'll set up the tickets for this drawing. Okay. Yep, that amount is definitely a game changer for anybody who wins it. Oh yeah, the watermelon rod. Yep, you've been talking about that one since you got the watermelon reel. That one came out real pretty, real pretty. But I think I know how we could set it up to where we could have those black spots on there when you reel in. But what we would have to do, it would take some time, is like we would spool out some and color the line itself, you know, in spots, and then reel, and then do another spot, and then reel and do another spot or whatever. Because if you mark it while it's already spooled up, you're going to mark multiple lines, and it'll look pretty that one time, but you're not going to reel it in exactly the way they need to fall into place right there, you know. So that's why that wouldn't work. But marking the line itself, it doesn't matter where they fall, you'll still show those black little seeds. So that would be pretty cool. Yep. Oh, congratulations, Chris. What are you going to major in college? Down payment on a steadfast build. Awesome. Are you going for casting, medium, heavy action? What kind of colors? Team Hard Life Rod. Yep, that it would. There we go. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Longhorn Mellow game on now. Close game. Cool deal. Yeah, I think I know Jeff was watching some football earlier when he came through. I could hear him talking about something. Steve Owens, all right, Steve has just put us over the $700 mark with his 2 tickets right there. So we are at $720 for this this weekly drawing. Awesome job. All right, Steve, there are your tickets right there, boss. Yep. Got it going. So now we're at $720 for this weekly prize. Yes, sir. Dangle in the house. What's up, Cobra? Oh, that was 1 and 2. All right, so here's the update. $720 is our new total for the weekly giveaway right there, guys. It will go live today at 6 p.m. is the cutoff. And so you're gonna have to give me a few minutes so I can spread out the tickets and everything else. But 6 p.m. is the cutoff today. Yep. Getting a lot of manufacturing. Yes, sir. Well, that's the beautiful thing about what I'm doing here with all the different colors of leaders that I am making. It gives people an assortment to pick and choose, which works in multiple ways. You know, we got guys that fish together, and some will fish with a certain color and one will fish with another color, and that way if they lose a leader, they can get their leader back and stuff like that. That, or you may have a favorite color that you like to fish with. That's what this whole thing is about. It's awesome. Oh man, that is an awesome, that'd be pretty awesome right there, boss. Doing it, boss. I'm making leaders over here. I'm making 4-foot shark casting leaders. I started them the other day, but didn't realize I didn't have the mono, so I had to sit here and cut the mono today. I cut several hundred pieces of the 4-footers, and I even did 5-footers because I also needed the mono pieces for the bull red leaders, because I looked up on my wall earlier and I only had about, there's probably about 20 of the bull red leaders up on the wall right now, and I know after this beautiful weekend, we are going to be bombarded for leaders. So I'm kind of getting ahead because I know as well too, we're going to have a lot of weights that are going to have to go out as well. So 88. All right, I got you down for 2 tickets. Give me just a second. Let me crimp these 2 and hang them. That will take us up to, let's see. Why do I keep saying 88? It's 89. Why do I've been saying 88 for a long time. My bad, bro. 89 AWR. I'm not going to put the whole thing on there, but it's hard to confuse this with anybody else's. So you are good. Here's 89. There you go, boss. I don't know why I kept saying 88. I caught myself right now. So I'm amazed nobody else did after how many times. There you go. I was just about to ask you what it stood for. There you go. Sweet. That is a cool one. Beat me to the punch. Yep. See, we're on the same page here, guys. I love it. Love it. So we're at $760 is our current total for the drawing, guys. $760. Wow. Woo-wee. That could be a rod, reel, line combo right there with just a few, some extra cash on the side. But that is awesome. Or, like I said, for some of y'all that are already doing payments on some gear, that could pay off your gear and get it here quicker. That is so awesome. What kind of rods are you looking at getting into? Shark rod. There you go. Okay. Are you casting that 6-aught, or are you strictly just using it for running on a boat? That's what I was trying to get to. I know some guys went out to Port A the other day, and like I said, they saw a huge school of redfish. They said it was probably several thousand reds that were coming through from slots to bulls, and they just had a blast for multiple hours. And then they got too far away from the pier, and you could see everybody on the jetty hooking up and stuff like that. As for a good spot right now, I don't know, boss. I haven't really talked to anybody out there. Nobody's really chiming in, letting us know what they're doing so far. We'll see. Okay, there you go. And where are you out of, 89? Galveston Beachfront. See, I was right when I asked the question. It already popped up there. So. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Beautiful. Yep. It's been a minute since I've been offshore on a boat. It's been a minute since I've been on the beach. It is, man, it's been too long in my book, is what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Do you fish near the jetties when you do go off there? Well, a few miles offshore of the Galveston front, okay. But yeah, there's a few jetties that are out there as well that I know some people they go there and they say that's as far as they need to go to catch whatever they want to catch and stuff like that. So. Yvonne, she's in it. She's in it to win it. Let's see, what does that take us up to? Actually, I already got one ticket pulled right here. Let's see. All right, Yvonne, there's your ticket right there. There you go. And do you drift when you're out there, or do you actually anchor up when you start swimming? $780 is where we're at. $780, guys. It will go all the way till 6 o'clock this afternoon. 6 o'clock is the cutoff. So get in. It's gonna be, at this rate, it might be $1,000 by 6 o'clock. So we are looking forward to that. Because everybody that does come in too, I'm also reminding them about the drawing. And we've had multiple guys walk in and buy into the drawing. So yeah, $780 is where it's at right now. Very, very cool. There you go. There you go. I read that right now, and I was thinking to myself, never have I ever said duck it on my phone. Oh, man. Oh, that was too funny. Sorry. Laughing amongst myself on that one. right, so I'm assuming you're gonna send it through Cash App, and I'll wait for the ping to go off. Yeah. Might be children around. Yes, sir. You sure are right. What's up with Jacked Up Leatherworks? I've not heard from him today. He's normally pretty on point. He may be resting. And I know his wife's supposed to be, he was talking about that at the rate she's going, at the way she's recovering, that they might let her out of the hospital on Sunday. Maybe they you know, put it a little forward more. So, yep. Yes, sir. Yep. And yes, Dying Gold, I really appreciate you remembering that. Yes, we do. We are a family-orientated channel, guys. And yes, sometimes we let some jokes slide, you know. But yeah, we'll try and keep the verbiage at a good setting, guys. Oh man, we are doing it. Built a lot of leaders. I think that was Mr. Cobra's Cash App notification come through. Okay. All right. So let me finish doing this, and as soon as I get them all crimped up, I'll add in those tickets and give us a new total. A new total, guys. This thing is going. It is going. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be at about $1,000 by this afternoon. So, man, that could be a whole nother ball game. I know a few guys were talking about that they had several reels that they needed to get rods for, and vice versa. Some guys have several rods that they need reels for. Man, this could game changer. Love it. And then yes, I'll do my best to stick to Tuesdays and Thursdays of going live for those fire raffles in there. Like I said, it's going to be limited on those specifically. It's going to be limited to the time frame that I am live on the channel. Yes, I know. Well, I don't know yet. This is what we're testing here, guys. I left the phone in the case so it will overheat and turn off. Once it does, I'm going to click on the other phone, go live, and see if I can reconnect. Because the other day was the first time that one of the videos ended because the battery was dead, and then I was able to reconnect to the live video feed when I had it charged up just enough to do it. And I think it was because everybody was still on the channel watching it, commenting, and I was able to reconnect. The reason I want to test this is because when we do go fishing, that's one of our biggest drawbacks is the phone overheats and it dies, and you know, I end up losing some great footage that happens while we're trying to charge the phone and or, you know, letting it cool down. So this way I can ensure that I'll just keep one phone, you know, on standby, and then when the other one goes down, I'll charge it up, keep it cool until that one goes off. And man, we may be able to start getting those longer YouTube live videos, especially when we're out fishing and say we're tearing it up, you know, fish after fish after fish. That will be so awesome. I'm really excited on this idea, and I really hope it does work. Yeah, so I am, yes sir, really looking forward to it. And hopefully by the end of this video I will have built at least 200 4-foot casting leaders for the wall, which would be good. And then after that, I'll do my 5-footers. I already cut the cable for that. I cut that yesterday in the last video feed before I went off air. And I'll start attaching hooks and swivels to that to get it going. And we'll be good to go. Okay. Good deal. Yep. No. That's one of the things that I'm planning for too next year is that the channel and the shop will be set up enough to where I can start traveling more. And man, I'd love to fish with my YouTube subscribers in their backyard with you and really go on. What rod goes with an avet T-Rex you recommend? We built the 8130s, and then we can also get our hands on some unlimited rods. We put them with unibutts on them and the Batson Alps roller guides that we use on them. And we love that setup, man, because they're solid glass, they're unbreakable rods. And for me, with the 8130s, I've already landed up to my 13-foot Tiger on them. The 13-foot Tiger came in from 1,800 yards out to the beach in 35 minutes. Yeah. You know me, guys. When I get on a fish, I'm on that fish. He better be prepared, because I'm going to bring it. That's why I keep saying, everybody says, you're hunting for jaws, or you hunting? Yeah. So if they're not too scared to bite, I ain't too scared to fight. So let's see. Let's get, there's Cash App. Got it. Cobra. Gotcha. Gotcha for the 2 tickets right there. There you go, Cobra. There's your 2 tickets right there. So that will take us up to $820. We're at $820 on this drawing right now. Woo-wee. Got it. Cool beans. Oh. $800, guys. $820. Ooh, that's nice. Down the beachfront, maybe by 45th, 61st Street. Call it a day. Yeah. 820. Yes, sir. That's a number right there for sure. And we know Mr. FTW he's supposed to be getting off of work at 5 and running down here, but he's in Hernandez Pass working. Should be able to get enough time to get out here, but he can also too send the funds via the YouTube channel to still enter the drawing right there. We know he likes to get some in the middle, and then he likes to get right toward the end and stuff like that. We will see. We will see. That's cool. Nice relaxing drift, just chill. That's pretty good. Pretty good. There we go. Yeah, he does. That he does. You know what? And I didn't even check when he did win the other day if it was the last ticket or the middle tickets that he had won on. Because I know he bought in, and then he had also set up to get one of the last tickets. I forgot to check that. I wonder if that one worked out for him. So, you never know. Like I said, that's a good amount of tickets to sort through. You know what I mean? And what I do is when I'm doing this, I'm mixing them up with my hand in there, and then I start like thinning them out, because I got a stack and I start thinning them out, and whatever's the last one in my hand as I'm doing that, sometimes 2 are there and I flick it until one falls out, and that's the number I pull out. So yeah. No, the drawing will be today. It ends at 6 p.m. I will be live on the channel again, and once I'm live on the channel, I'm going live at 4. At 6 o'clock is when the cutoff is, and that's when I'll set up the tickets, show everybody so they can confirm their tickets are there, and then I will put them into my big large float, and we will select a ticket from there. And yes. Yeah, we're at $820 right now. $820. That's for sure a big old pot, guys. That really is. Yep. Alright, so if y'all got to select what color leader would you go for if you were going, say, for big fish or shark? It's that FTW voodoo, yep, yes sir. Also too, if I know through the YouTube channel, we are just putting the names of who you are. Obviously your name is going to get called out in the channel, and normally what several of us do is we go back, look for your name, and we'll start commenting on your name for you to get notified to give us a call here at the shop. So if you aren't live and we don't have your number, don't worry guys, we will find you through your comments here on the channel. Mostly everybody that sends it through the Cash App, they do put their phone number in there, so I'm able to track you down that way. Here through the channel, that's how I will track you. I will track you through the channel, and trust me, a lot of my blue wrenches that are out there, they really do give me a hand here, man. They watch out for all the spammers, you know, the bad mouths, potty mouths and stuff like that, and also too help me get a hold of the winner by commenting on them, letting them know to get with us if they have winnings here. So we really do our best, and that's why I set up the drawings the way I set them up, because I learned real young in the channel when I first started doing my drawings that we had a winner win, and they won a big prize. They really did. And we tried for a long time. It was several months of calling them out and this and that, because we didn't have a phone number for them. And, you know, I went back, found their name, and I commented on there multiple times, hey, man, you need to get with us. You won a prize. And they never answered. Well, because they didn't answer, what we ended up doing was we gave them a last opportunity to claim their prize. If they didn't, we were going to give it to somebody else. So that's what we did. On our next drawing, we rolled it over, and somebody else won the prize. So that's why we set up our prizes like that, guys, because we want to really ensure that the people who are watching the channel that are proactive with our channel and can win those prizes and get them, you know. You ever hear people, oh, they won this prize, but they didn't claim it within the first 180 days or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to have to wait 180 days, guys. I really don't. I'd rather get them. Now, obviously, like I was talking about earlier, you know, things have changed when ordering stuff. Now, sometimes the back order gear and stuff like that does take a little while to get in there, but you can ask my winners. I do my best to stay in contact with y'all, give y'all up to dates of what we're hearing, what we're looking at doing and stuff like that. And even for me, you know, if I find another company and I have to spend a little more money to get that part in, I will do it, guys, just because I want to ensure everybody is taken care of at the end of the day. So that's the way we are, guys. We got to take care of each other, and we really do that with these giveaways. You know, for me, the way I see it, you know, growing up very, very poor, you know, I see a huge opportunity for everybody that's involved, even for those that don't win, to just, you know, be humble and help somebody else get into a prize that probably would have never been able to get into. You know, life being the way it is, maybe, you know, family and bills and work and stuff like that, it's unavailable to them. But they were able enough to get one ticket and actually win a prize, you know. So, you know, it really does humble me to see a lot of these winners, especially the ones that have, you know, bought into multiple drawings or stuff like that, or it's their first time and they win. It's awesome. It is really a humbling feeling for me. So, yep. Woo-wee. Yeah, you better stay hydrated, Mr. 89. Yeah. How far down are you going, and what are you trying to put in? Everybody talking about wanting to go fishing. Customer comes in yesterday and it's like, man, he's like, it's been so long that, you know, to make it down here to go fishing and stuff. He's, you know, if I would live down here, you know, I'd be fishing all the time. And I said, see, I don't know what's more painful, you living out there and, you know, only being able to make it down when you can, or me living here and barely being able to make it out when it's right there. It's like, man, they really got the noodle cooking on that one. So, but it's awesome too, you know, when the guys go out, they have a good trip and they come back the next day, hey man, this and this worked for me, this, and you know, they want to try something else, or they want to keep going with what they got. And you know, it's awesome to see and hear the knowledge that we pass on, you know, pay it forward. That's what we love, guys, that's for sure. And also too, I did get a heads up that we got line coming in of the weight class that we're looking for. We're going to be doing some more testing with the tight line and the Cortland braid on the accurate reels. As soon as the braid comes in, we're going to be doing some live videos of down spooling and re-spooling these reels with those different weight classes of line, but as well as just checking line capacity on them and stuff like that, especially because the customer has allowed us to, he wants max line capacity on these reels. So by going through this, I'll be able to test which line will give us more for what he wants us to, but it's also given us a great amount of knowledge for the channel for spooling library, because the accurate reels, like I said, I tried to buy them, but because we were so close proximity to another shop, they said they had a contract with them and that they weren't allowed to sell to anybody within a certain distance from them. And, you know, so, and it was even from customers that were unwilling to go back into that tackle shop. And I said, well, you know, you're about to lose some customers because they want your reels, and I'm willing to try to buy your reels for them, you know, to make them happy. But if not, then I'm going to sell them the reels I have, and you're going to lose multiple customers. And they got back to me, oh, sorry, we still can't do it, this, and that. And I said, all right. So I don't know if it was to inform them or whatever, but after everything was said and done, those multiple customers, it came down to about 10,000 in sales that would have gone to Accurate, but instead went to Avet because Accurate was unwilling to add me in as a sales rep for them. And also too, I was telling them, you know, I wanted to be an end user to do spooling videos with their reels on the channel and stuff like that to just add more knowledge and push their name out there and stuff, you know what I mean? But they just weren't willing to do it. So, okay. But now that this customer has these reels, you know, it's definitely going to give us the opportunity to learn a lot about the Accurates, as well as tightline braid and Cortland, because obviously, like I said, even though we love Cortland and everything else, we always test the braids. Years down the road, months down the road, we are always testing and testing. Oh, nice. Actually, that's what me and the wife, we were talking about doing, was getting some chickens for the back of the house. When we were talking about how much food is getting to be right now and stuff like that, it's like, wow. I think we went to go buy some eggs the other day, and I think we went, it was through the roof. It was like, wow. I mean, are these golden eggs now, or were they going to start popping out some golden chickens and stuff? So a good buddy of mine, I was actually waiting for him to come back by when he had a chance. He grows a lot of chickens and stuff, and I'd like to, you know, get schooled on it because I know my grandma, they used to have a lot of chickens in their backyard when we were growing up. And I loved going to their house because I'd run straight, after I would say hi to grandma and grandpa, I'd run straight to the backyard and I would literally start eating the cilantro right off the floor. And my parents used to always say, hey man, watch out, the birds poop there and this and that. And I didn't care. I was a kid. I remember we were super people at that time. We, nothing can hurt us. So I used to always just eat fresh cilantro every time I went to my grandma's house. And, we would cut the yard, man. Just the aroma was just amazing. It was amazing. I do miss it. Every now and again I get that scent into my head, and it reminds me of my childhood days of being able to do that. So I'm hoping that maybe we start planting some, or get the chickens in the backyard and we start growing cilantro in the backyard. That would be so awesome. Going down a couple feet to concrete, some of the 8-foot treatment mat, 25 holes. Okay. All right. We have our neighbor, it's one of our cousins. They used to have this little goat, and it was pretty cool to hear him baying, in the morning.